many of you are probably familiar with this. Bluefin is a very complicated fishery, at least it is in my book, in terms of how it's managed. We have angling, we have recreational, we have commercial, we have sub quotas within the commercial for particular portions of the commercial. We then have recreational. We have charter boats that can operate both as recreational boats and as commercial boats, depending on what they retain. So it's a pretty complicated structure, but by and large, the general category gets the majority of our quota. As you can see here, they get 54% of the entire U.S. allocation, which is 1341.14 once you include the 25 metric tons for the NAD. And then harpoon gets a very minor component of that. Longline gets about 16. Trap is minimal, although we keep it because occasionally a couple of bluefin are caught in things like mackerel weirs. And then the angling category, which is our recreational category, gets a fair amount of that quota. And they, of course, divide it up into different regions and by different sizes of fish. And the general category, of course, is divided up into sub-quota periods as well, because the intent of NOAA is to try to maximize fishing across the seasons. They very much do not want 710 metric tons of quota to be caught between June and August 1st. So the intention there is that we divide up this effort across the seasons, more or less equalize opportunity, and allow the fishery to take place over longer periods of time, hopefully not flood the market and things like that. So this is the basic structure. And just a couple of weeks ago when I was at the Saco Bay seminar, I was like, okay, well, you can pretty much count on this being the quota for this year. And of course, as I said that, someone was crunching the numbers and just said that we went over quota. So I sort of had to eat my words a little bit. And of course, this is going to be adjusted for the coming year. But ordinarily, this is where we would be at 1341.14. I'm not going to go into this too much detail. If you want, I can share the slides to you, but this just kind of breaks down what our quotas were and sort of how much we went over. If you look at the adjusted quotas, this is for 23. We were over by 1% in the general, 5% in the harpoon. Longline was under. Angling was under. We were over in the large school, small, medium category. But again, it all sort of balanced out in 2023. We actually didn't go over that quota. It's 2024 where we ended up having a problem and we went over the quota.